So I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and the reason for that is because within this next month and a half here, I'm going to finally be moving out into an apartment out of my current dwelling, and I will be moving in with a bunch of my roommates. Well, obviously they'll be my roommates. Some good buddies of mine. We're going to be moving in because I am done with college. Where am I at? It's basically a junior college. I was there for 2 years, got all my gen eds and that kind of stuff done, and now I'm going on to a major university. And that kind of led me to a lot of thinking about, what am I going to do, what class am I going to take, courses, and all that kind of stuff. And I've had this pretty vague or general idea for a while now, something computers, computer science, IT, networking, that kind of thing, something along those lines. I've had that idea for a while now, but I remember back when I was in junior college, and back even before that when I was in high school, when first off, I had no idea whatsoever what the hell I wanted to do. And I think a lot of people find themselves in that boat. And then once I started having ideas, I thought, okay, well, I really enjoy or I love doing this. When I first went into college, I was a music major. I really enjoy and I love doing this, but is there any money to be made out of this? I don't want to graduate college with 40, 60, $80,000 in debt and have only a piece of paper to show for it with no job prospects. So I think there's two things that I want to kind of address here. And the first is a little, maybe not easier, but a little quicker to address, and that is, for those of you who have no idea what you want to do, really try and find out as soon as you possibly can. The sooner you know what you really enjoy doing, that you want to spend the rest of your life at a job doing, you'll save more money, you'll be able to focus on it, you'll be able to get through college quicker. It makes life easier if you know what you want to do. And I know that's a tough nut to swallow, or I don't even know the expression, something along the line. I think I just combined two expressions there, a tough nut to crack or a hard something to swallow. I don't know. I'm failing. But anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. The sooner you know what you want to do, the better. And if you still have no idea, if you're in high school right now and you're about to go into college, or you're just in high school, you haven't thought about it too much, think about something that you really love doing. I mean, something that you could see yourself spending all day for the rest of your life doing. And if there is nothing, then try and broaden your horizons a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, but there's usually something, at least one thing that everybody has that they could really see themselves doing for a very long time, and they truly love doing it. Now, the next issue I want to focus at is that the problem with the thing that you love doing is, I think most often people will find that there isn't much money to be made at it. Because typically I think what people find that they love doing is either something, maybe sports related, maybe arts related, creativity, something along those lines. Usually what people find that they love doing, there isn't as much money to be made at it. And so a lot of people have to kind of come to this decision. Do I do what I love doing and make no money at it, or have zero job prospects, or end up in a very, very competitive cutthroat field like, music or something? Or do I maybe do something that I really enjoy that's, tolerable and make a lot more money at it? And at first this seems like a duh kind of question, like, oh no, of course you would do what you love doing, right? But there's a lot of factors to consider though. And I'm actually going to, there's a movie, John Q. with Denzel Washington, came out like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago. And in this movie, John's son needs a heart transplant because he has an enlarged heart. And John is standing next to his son's deathbed, and his son's going to die probably within like the next 24 hours. And John is, in order to save his son, he's going to commit suicide and give him his heart because he can't get his son on the donor list because he doesn't have enough money to pay for the operation. Even with insurance, he doesn't have enough money to pay with the operation. And that's kind of the point of the movie, is the insurance, because he got screwed over. But that's besides the point. That's go see the movie. But yeah, he's standing next to his son's deathbed, and he's telling him all these things. Make sure you're the man of the house now. So make sure you take care of your mom and you listen to her. And then he says something like this. He says, and make sure if you have the opportunity, make as much money as you possibly can, because life is so much easier with money. So if you go to college to do what you love doing, and you come out of it, like I said before, $40, $60, $80,000 in debt, what do you do if you can't get a job? What do you do if the job that you can get you make crap at? These are things to consider, unfortunately, because like I said, I think a lot of people find that what they love doing doesn't make much money. If you're a really lucky individual, what you love doing does make money. I think there's not too many people in that boat though. But if you are one of the lucky schmucks, man, consider yourself very lucky, very fortunate. But I don't think very many people find themselves in that boat. So you have to come to a decision. Do you do what you love doing, or do you compromise? For me personally, like I said, my first My first semester at college, I was a music major. And after that, after my first semester, I decided, you know what, I don't know anymore. Is there going to be any job prospects? So my first semester, I was putting in tons. I was a jazz major. I was a jazz study major, and the reason I don't talk about this too often is because I understand that jazz music probably isn't very popular. And there's all these stereotypes about it, like elevator music and African American culture and that kind of stuff that go along with it. At least all these stereotypes being made about African American culture, not African American culture in and of itself is the stereotype. But I was a jazz studies major for my first semester, and usually when most people go into the music industry or business or into music for college, they also go along the lines of getting education courses done as well, so that if things don't pan out, if they don't make it as a musician, then they can go and teach, which is kind of backwards because in a lot of other countries, the best of the best are teachers. Like I believe, what was that report? I believe in South Korea, teachers, in terms of buying power, they make like 225% more than our teachers do, and their teachers are the best of the best in the field. They're not like the cans or the couldn't do's, that kind of thing. So I think that's kind of funny. But anyways, so if things don't pan out as a musician, you become a teacher. The thing for me is that I do not like teaching at all. Not even like private lessons on a one-to-one scale or on a one-to-one lesson. So I needed to make it as a musician. I wasn't putting in as much time as I should have. I was practicing maybe 3 to 4 hours every day in addition to my other courses and whatnot. And honestly, to be competitive in that field for what I wanted to do, I needed to probably double that, 6 to 8 hours, something like that. And I could have done it, but I was really thinking, like, man, even if I do everything right, even if I work hard, play hard, I get play with good instructors, work up and that kind of thing, do small time gigs and whatnot. Even if I do everything right, things might still not pan out because in a field like music, it's just like everything else. You need to know someone to get ahead, or you just need to get lucky. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much time you put in. There's people that I knew when I took a trip to New York about a year and a half back, and when I went there, there's people putting in like 12 hours a day, and they're still at school. They're still waiting for that opportunity. So I'm thinking, man, here I am, and I don't know if there's going to be anything at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if there is a light there or not. So I made a decision. I figured, what, I really enjoy computers. I could see myself doing this for a long time, and so I went into the IT computer field instead. And to me, it really didn't feel too much like a compromise because it is something I still really enjoy doing. And also because of this job, this machinima gig I do, I still have plenty of free time to practice and play music on my own time. So I really enjoy that aspect of this. And speaking of this job, a lot of people say to me, Bio or Josh, I really enjoy doing videos. I really enjoy playing video games. I really love it. How do I get into this field? How do I do what you're doing? And this is kind of off tangent, not too much. Unfortunately, right now this field is completely oversaturated. I'm sure you guys have heard about it from many different directors and many different people. This field is oversaturated. Trying to get a headway into this field, into doing commentaries or something like that, unfortunately it will not work because of how many people are doing it now. You need to be truly unique in what you're doing, making montages or making true machinimas with voice acting and that kind of stuff. You'd have to be truly unique to make a headway into this field. And also, this field, you would think that this kind of field, this thing would be very camaraderie oriented. That all the directors kind of bunch together and be like, good friends and all that kind of thing. But just look at what White Boy did to Woody's gamertag. I mean, it is a little bit cutthroat sometimes. Sometimes people will kind of sweep the rug out from under you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit different than my usual kind of commentary. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.